Now, I am getting back into a social issue here. This isn't the military rape thing. I'm just gonna have to power through it this weekend. Just how it has to be. I just don't have. I haven't had the time between the mod and everything else I'm trying to get done here. I just haven't had the time. But this weekend, I told myself it's important, but I got to give it the proper time it needs, and I just don't have the proper time to give to it tonight. And I know you could say, well, but all these other topics aside from the homosexuality in school thing, challenging a person's ideal that, that their religious freedoms are being trampled on, all those others were just bullcrap. Fair enough, but I'm trying to pick off the easy stories so that I can get to the major stories. And this is one story that really bothered me because this goes hand in hand with when people say, "Oh, bad. Oh, Octavius, I saw your video on conspiracy theories with Sandy Hook, and sure, maybe I agree with you that it's a tad um, disrespectful, the ways that these people were talking and the things that they were saying, but what harm could it do? What harm could it do? It's innocuous." Oh, really? Well, tell that to the Louvre. Yes, the Louvre. 9/11 truther defaces iconic Louvre painting, or Louvre, whichever you prefer the pronunciation. Liberty leading the people said to have inspired Statue of Liberty is part of the byline there. I love this painting. This is one of my favorite all-time paintings for just the contextual stuff, the colors, the figures, the lines, everything blends together, in my opinion, beautifully. A 28-year-old woman has been arrested after museum guards caught her scribbling graffiti on the iconic Eugene Delacroix painting at the newly opened Louvre branch in Lens, France. The 1830 painting, dubbed "Liberty Leading the People," was featured on France's pre-Euro 100-franc note and reportedly inspired the Statue of Liberty. The BBC reports, "What the woman wrote has not been disclosed, but officials say it was a reference to a 9/11 conspiracy theory." The woman's identity has not been released, but a local prosecutor described her as unstable and said she had a French-sounding name. Museum officials say there's a chance the painting can be easily cleaned, but they're summoning a restoration expert to find out. The Lens branch has been opened only since December, and it had the famous painting on a year-long loan. What the fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry. I'm putting my rule aside for this channel. I know I've been breaking it quite a bit now and again, but I'm just so sick of this. This stemming from 2001, a conspiracy that has been refuted I don't know how many times. In fact, I recently let go of a few truthers on my Facebook page because I got sick of pointing to the evidence. I got sick of telling them and showing them how stupid they are and how paranoid they are and how meaningless this is, even if it was an inside job for the sake of argument. What can we do about it? Can we unblow up the building? Can we unkill all the people that we've killed? Can we deconstruct and unimprison the prisoners at Guantanamo? Can we unwar the Iraq and the Afghanistan war? What is your goal? What is your aim? What? You want Bush put into prison? How does that change anything about our modern life, about our modern day, about our anything? But to do this, I'm just so sick of you guys. I'm honestly fed up. I've tr I started out to a degree with you. Then I grew up. I looked around. I realized that not everybody's out to get me. That not every scientist has a secret agenda or is part of some conspiracy like these nutty people who, whenever I present critical information, scientific information, longitudinal information by studies done by people a hell of a lot smarter than most of these people, suddenly scientists are part of the great pedo conspiracy. God, why? Why? I don't want to live on the planet anymore. When you're not off saying disrespectful things to people who absolutely do not warrant your disrespect, when you're not trampling over science when it suits your needs, or presenting it when it suits your needs and dismissing it when it doesn't, you're off going to you're defacing works of art that are supposed to be enjoyed for everybody. You're looking way too far into stuff, and then you're taking this information and you're turning it into action. Why? Because you're some freedom fighter here to save all of humanity from the corrupt Illuminati government? You're going to be the one person to undo all of these works that have been in place by your measurement since the time of the Templars, if not before that. As man emerged, somehow the Illuminati came into being to subvert humanity through all of its evolution, because that makes sense. Now, I'm not saying people have said that, but people have hinted at stuff like this as if we've always been under control, and so on and so. Even if, for the sake of argument, half of your conspiracy theories were correct, what can you do about it? Not deface paintings. But what realistically can you possibly hope to achieve by doing crap like this? Oh, suddenly that was going to expose the Illuminati and they'd be like vampires in the sunlight, pre-Twilight era? That they would just suddenly evaporate and, oh, you would be the lone hero of the day because you saved us from this one world government that's secretly been controlling our lives since the moment that we were born, and it just takes one person who knows the truth to undo all of this. You're like these gun nuts who when they don't believe when they're not believing that their friends will form a gang of gun-toting maniacs that will hold the American government at bay with all of the drone technology, all of the military equipment that they'd have at their disposal should an actual state of rounding people up for the FEMA death camps were to come into fruition. There are people who think they honestly could become a lone gunman who would fend off the government and all of its everything and be able to survive as one person with their military grade hardware. There is not enough time in a person's life to be able to explain how utterly stupid and unlikely your plan is. And you're willing to throw away your lives for your fantasy adventures that the government is out to get us. That they are a lot of things, okay? They are terrible people at times, but they are not secretly sterilizing us through inoculations or what. I'm so tired of these people. I really am. You've got nothing, and you pretend like you've got something, and that we're all sheeple, that we're blind, we're in the Matrix. God, I would rather that movie never got released at all, for you people to stop using that stupid term. But this is where I really start to draw even more of a line. You've gone from disrespecting people in a time of grieving to defacing works of irreplaceable works of art. That's all that needs to be said. Just both fingers.